Before we get into the show, a quick word from our sponsor. Today's episode is presented by Early Bird. Early Bird is the simplest way for parents, family, and friends to collectively invest in a child's financial future, starting at the earliest age. Early Bird's mobile app empowers parents and families to start saving for their child's financial future in a matter of minutes while activating a child's broader community to gift contributions on birthdays, holidays, or any occasion. We sometimes wait until we are adults to start learning about financial literacy, but being able to invest into a child's future now will set them up for financial success beyond belief. Let's go ahead and start breaking some generational habits of just being financially ruined by the time we make it to the cemetery. Take a Safe Podcast is teaming up with Early Bird to give our listeners a free $15 investment to give to a child you love. Simply go to partners.getearlybird.io/podcast or just click the link in the bio. Download the app, create an account today. Early Bird will build the nest and invest in the children you love. Thank you, Early Bird, for sponsoring today's episode. Now let's jump into the show. What is your favorite memory that has yet to be created?
How's the memory if it hasn't been created yet? What's something that I want to remember? You mean?
No.
The way you word questions.
It's a memory that you haven't created yet. So something that you look forward to doing and having that as a memory.
My son's graduations.
Like in general?
Yeah.
So like school graduations and like work, like promotions and stuff?
Yes. To me, honestly, because not trying to put limitations on Daniel, but just seeing him graduate, that would be like my ultimate like fulfillment in life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. Of course, with Dylan too, as well. But I don't know why I have so much of a stronger feeling like I have to see Daniel graduate, no matter how long it may take. But that's one big thing. One of my biggest things I'll say that excuse me, that's a memory that I would love to make happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
It could be because his path is not on the path that is traveled by many.
Yeah.
So because he's going to have a little bit more challenges, his path is going to be more challenging than some others, then that could be why.
Yeah. That's definitely, I would say, my a memory that I would love to create. Okay.
Well, thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Take a Space Podcast.
Hey.
I am your host, Leah, joined by
Khalah.
Welcome. This is episode 60, and wow. I just appreciate every episode that we get to do. But this episode in particular, I wanted to talk about how a lot of times I used to say, oh man, I wish I could go back.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish I could be back this way. I want to go back to this. And it wasn't until like these past 5 to 7 years that I realized that I don't necessarily want to go back, because just going back for that one memory or that one time or that one thing isn't real. It's just something that I like fantasize about and then get sad because I can't go back there.
Yeah.
But the way that I have turned it and really started to manifest itself, or the way that I have turned it so that it can, so that I have something to look forward to, is I always say I want to make some more memories. Anytime I text Jocelyn pictures, my sister, or our sister, I should say. I text her pictures of what happened 7 years ago, 5 years ago, and we remember specifically that day, or maybe a picture that we just like, oh, where did this come from?
Yeah.
Well, I'll always tell her, like, we need to make more memories.
Or reenact the picture.
We have to make more memories. Like, there has to be a time that we intentionally come together to make more memories. Have you ever felt like at a point that you want to go back to a thing, or back to a way, or back to a place?
Yeah, I've always said that I wanted to go back to my middle school days. Because I just feel like It was so easy. I didn't have any responsibilities aside from doing my schoolwork. And I knew that, knowing what I know now, I wish that I would have not rushed trying to become an adult. Because now I'm like, oh, I don't like it here. Like I want to go back, because those were my prime days, I'll say.
Yeah.
It was just so much easier. To me, life was just easy.
Yeah.
Life was just so much easier. I didn't have responsibilities. I didn't have bills. I didn't have a job. Pretty much got to do not what I want, but as a kid, I didn't have anybody to answer to, really. And now, every time I think like, okay, you can't live in the past. You got to keep moving forward. But I just really wish that I would not have rushed myself so badly to the point where it's just like, I feel like I didn't live my childhood. What's the word? I didn't live my life to the fullest when I was young, basically. Because I was so quick to always, hey, they're an adult. They seem like they're knowing what they're doing. They seem like they're having fun. They don't have to still answer to nobody. And it's like, I want that.
Well, that's also the baby of the family. Like, not only did you have mom and dad, but you had like the older ones too. Where it's just like, no, you're the baby. Like, you need to listen to what we say and do what we tell you to do. So not only did you have two parents, but you had like,
it was pretty much, I was following along everybody. So following suit, following everybody in the family is like, okay, not standing out, not having to take on a leadership role. Because it's like, why? Y'all doing it for me, or y'all doing it? Why do I have to be that person to like sing myself out just to become the leader? Regardless of whatever it may be. But that's, to me, made it easier. It's like, oh, y'all doing the work for me. So it's like, okay, I don't have to worry about nothing. But I truly wish that I would have just stopped and just appreciated life and the experiences that I was experiencing, and not brush past them or brush it off. Like, actually live in the moment, whether it was good or bad, and just enjoy it, and also learn from it, because a lot of mistakes and experiences that I've made, I feel like I didn't really settle in them. Like, say for instance, if something was to happen between you and I, and it's like we have an argument, it's like, okay, well, I brushed it off, so that's the end all be all. But it's like, no, I want to be able to learn from it, so that way it doesn't happen again, or we can at least hash it out or talk it out. To connect, come closer. That's what I mean when I say I feel like I didn't settle into my experiences, and I feel like I didn't really truly live them to the fullest potential that they were.
Well, now you can do that by teaching your kids how to do that.
Yeah.
So teaching your kids how to understand the now without worrying about, oh, I want to go back to when, or I need to worry about the future because I don't know how that's going to be. And it's like, you can't worry yourself by trying to split yourself into, multiple parts and say, well, this part is going to live in the past, this part's going to live in the future, and this part is going to live the 50 other lives that I wish to live, without understanding that, okay, well, this person, this being who I am now, has to live now. Because I've never been to the future and the past is gone. The person who I was before is almost is like, I'm a new version of me.
Yeah.
So
2.0.
I mean, I'm probably past 2.0, but there have been so many transformations that even the things that I liked when I was younger, I can't say that I would still like it now. Like the stuff that I liked when I was 8, absolutely. Like, I enjoy that stuff. Like, 8 was the perfect age for me. I was able to ride my bike around the court. I was able to
take naps.
No, they wouldn't let me sleep so much, but there were so many things that I was able to do, and dinner just appeared.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, you come downstairs, breakfast was done. Yeah. Like, I may wash a dish or two, but that was it. Like, 8 was pretty good. But making memories now, or the idea of making memories, to me is so important now, because I don't want something to happen and all I have is, 2 or 3 memories to kind of try to hold on to. Like, I get to experience something, or someone mostly, to hopefully have them imprint on me in such a powerful way that it's going to be hard for me to forget who they are or what we did. But even forgetting that, I still want to remember how they made me feel, how I feel about that person. So even if I can't make it to all the football games or the basketball games or the tryouts or the this or the that, I can still be present, helping without their homework, or helping them out with homework
without their homework.
Talking them through situations like yours, where it's like, man, I'm not really good with talking with people, and I'm horrible at expressing my feelings. Not saying that you're horrible at expressing your feelings, but some people are not good with expressing how they feel, because they don't even understand it themselves. So being able to take those things that I felt like I missed out on, or being able to look at something and be like, man, I really want to create some more memories. Recently, Tony Baker, that's what his son Serene, passed away in a car accident. It was his son and 2 other kids. And one of Kevin Stage's sons made the statement that he's really sad, because the only memories that they'll ever have of him is the memories that they already have. So he wants to make more memories with his family. And I'm just like, for a kid to understand that, especially being, in the teenage space where you don't really want to spend time with your family, that is such an incredible thought, or incredible epiphany to have for a kid, because you don't really realize it, just like you, until you get older and you're like, man, I really wish I would have made that phone call. I wish I would have reconciled. I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have had more time, because now I don't have all the time in the world to say whatever it is I need to say. While we see that days are long, the years are very short. The years go by so fast.
Especially because now with that situation, now you see that time is not on our side. I'll say is a blink of the eye, anybody can go, and it's sad because it always takes it to that point where somebody has to pass away in order to be like, oh man, I wish we could have done that, or I wish I could have said that. And instead of doing that, it's like live in the moment and do the thing that you wish you can do. Don't let it get to that point where it's just like, I'm on my deathbed, let me go ahead and call these people. And it's like, no. Like, what's stopping you right now from doing it what you want to do, instead of wishing or waiting to the last minute where it's just like, the person's gone. Like, there's nothing you can do now, and the only thing you can do is just reminisce on what memories you already had. But like you said, you can't make any more memories because they're no longer here.
Right.
Or you guys no longer talk.
Yeah, sometimes we get hung up on a relationship and we look at things and just like, man, I really wish this person were here, this person were there. I really wish I can, reach out to that person, talk to that person. Sometimes I wish I could have been a better friend to that person, right? But we, barring the fact that anybody has a time machine, the only thing we can do is, because we're as people in life presented with the same tests over and over and over again. So yeah, you may have a little bit of regret for not treating someone as kind as you should have, but that gives you the space and the opportunity to treat the next person even better. To be more upfront about it. And we see this all the time in romantic relationships, where people go from one person to another, just bed hopping, and not really healing from what hurt them before, and that's why they feel like they can't be by themselves. But if you take the time to sit with yourself and understand, I feel this thing, I'm kind of hurt about this thing, I feel like if I have another person in bed with me, I feel more like I'm feeling a void, and the emptiness is kind of going to go away. And it's like, no, you spend time with people who make you feel important, who make you feel seen, who make you feel valid, and who appreciates you, who celebrates you, and make memories with those people, as opposed to always chasing. Because we're, especially now, I feel like we spend so much time chasing clout on social media that genuine connections are extremely hard to come by. Like somebody genuinely, and I'm not saying that everybody has to put their heart out there or be oh so transparent, but not every video that I see should be the latest trend dance. But you know, if it's like, I promise you, I can't.
What I posted when he was like, it was the
do
T-Pain,
something else.
The T-Pain was just like, I'm
just
so tired
do something else. That is, oh my gosh,
that was perfect.
That is
like,
that
you
is
guys
how
are
I
just
feel.
taking the same dance moves to different songs and putting them in different orders. But it's like, it's the same thing just for you to be recognized or be relevant for what, a day?
Not even a day. Like this is a couple minutes. You gonna get these little 1,000 likes, okay? And these little 1,000 likes is gonna be fine. But if you don't have the and that memory is gonna blow over too. We had one of our videos go like 756,000.
Oh, the Gordon Ramsay one.
Yeah, like that one. But that was months ago. Like I'm not like, oh snap, like. We did that. Hey y'all remember this?
Yeah.
Like do this.
That was us.
Yeah, but it's just like, okay, and what is that gonna do?
Yeah, what is that gonna gain?
But for me, it's more important. I don't want to spend my days hoping that somebody on the internet remembers me as the backpack kid, or where the money reside guy, or the Gorilla Glue girl, or you know, the people who don't know how to follow the steps to make the Stallion song, or people who are clout chasing doing another trend. It's more important for me, and how I want to be remembered is by helping somebody. And if I know that, you know, I would love to have more positive memories than negative, I have to actively go out and make those memories.
Do the work that it's going to take. Side note, when you said Gorilla Glue girl, I don't know why it's tongue twister. Did you see there was a person not of color decided to put the Gorilla Glue in their hair, and she was like, I wanted to confirm that she wasn't lying.
Oh wow. And
got upset because she also started a GoFundMe and nobody donated. Let me not say nobody, but it was maybe like a few, but it was under $100 that she got. And she was like, I'm in the same situation that what was something Brown? Tessica Brown. I'm in the same situation that Tessica Brown was in. Yes, I know I did it intentionally. But I just wanted to confirm to see if she was telling the truth. But I don't know why you guys weren't helping me out, because I'm panicking. I don't know what to do. And I'm like,
but she could have sprayed it on a wall. Yeah. She could have put it on the floor. She could have fixed a bed frame. Like there's so many different places you can put Gorilla Glue on. Nope. But to say that I'm putting it on my full head,
it was her hair and her eyebrows that she put it on. Why? I don't know. Her hair was maybe like the length of mine, and she put it back in a ponytail, like a side ponytail, and I was like, okay. And you did all this for
clout. That's all. All these people are doing this stuff for clout, to be memorialized as the idiot, or the person that does X, or the person that has this, or the person that does that. And it's like, you can be known as the makeup person. You could be known as the remix, like was Suede the remix god, or I Marquise is another one who remixes songs. You can be, you know, the person that choreographs the dances. You can be a person who writes poetry, or a person who teaches financial literacy. Whatever your thing is, do your thing. But when you start clout chasing for the sake of getting followers, you're going to lose them as quick as you got them, because they're just looking for that quick, like, hey, what are you up to? What do you got going on over there? That video that you did that was like everybody else. And we had, there was a lot, because the algorithm would show. What was that? It was a hiccup. Oh. A lot of the creators would show how, like, there was one creator who, she was a Black woman, she is a Black woman, and she was showing how if she did a video that was showing off a nice outfit, then she would get like 20 views. If she was showing if she was doing a video that had like, oh, hey, try doing this artistic decor or whatever, she would get like maybe 30 views. But if she were to snatch her wig off, she would go dang near viral. Wow. And I'm just like,
I don't want to be remembered as that. I don't have to put myself out there. One, I don't want to have to embarrass myself.
Yeah.
To be remembered like, oh, I know this person because she did such and such. That is not the type of memories that I want to make, and that's not how I want to be remembered. There it is.
So how do you create more positive memories than negative ones? Because we saw, and I'm going to say it like this, we saw an Inside Out how memories, when you start to mature, memories are not black and white. They're not just, one dimensional. It's not just an angry memory. It's not just a sad memory, not just a joyous memory, not just a disgusting memory, but there's all these factors, all these emotions that take place. So how do you ensure that you are creating more positive than negative memories?
Honestly, I would say putting forth effort.
What does that mean?
Like, at least trying to make a memory. Like, I know I just said like so many times. Putting forth the effort and doing exactly what it is I want to do. When I say, oh, the memory I want to have is such and such. For instance, how I said I want to see both my boys graduate. Do what it is it's going to take now, like start now, to make sure I can see that happen, because I don't want to get to a point where it's just like, okay, well, they're coming up on 16 and it's up in the air if they're going to be able to graduate. Like, no, I'd rather go ahead and put forth all the effort that I possibly can now, whatever resources I can utilize to go ahead and do that now, get it going, get the ball rolling. So that way I don't have to wait until they're 16, 17, like, oh, snap, we coming up on the average deadline when somebody will get their diploma or when somebody will graduate. Like, no, when I say put forth the effort, do it now. What's the harm in starting now? Versus, I feel like it will be not the wisest choice to make by putting anything on hold, just because it's like, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what step to take, or I don't know who to reach out to. Google.
That's always a good start.
Definitely Google. I feel like that's going to be a great resource, even though I know some things are not credible on there, but still.
But you can still talk to your doctor. Like, that's somebody who's like personally invested in making sure that your kid is healthy. So they would have all kinds of resources that you can use. Like, there's many different ways to make it happen, but when there's a will, you'll make a way. When you don't want to do it, you'll find an excuse. So I agree. Being intentional about the memories that you want to make, and making sure that you are, for myself, being intentional, but also looking at something through the right perspective. A lot of times what I find is that my emotions, because I'm learning to deal with them a little bit more, they sometimes can feel too big for me to kind of break down and understand why I'm feeling, whether negative, positive, or whatever, about something. And most times it's negative. But if I don't like something, if I'm not really feeling something, if I'm kind of turned off by something, I may not understand why in that moment. And it could be a triggering event. It could be a situation where this is all new. It could be too much for me to process at that time. So my first my first thought is, can I trust my current perspective? If I cannot trust my current perspective, maybe because this thing is new, maybe because I'm unsure of where to start, maybe because I don't have enough information. If I can't trust my current perspective, then I need to wait and back up. Yeah. I need to get some more eyes on this. I need to get more information about it. And maybe I need to see the whole picture, take a step back and look at the whole thing. And a lot of times then I can look at and say, okay, well, even though that thing may have sucked, I have learned so much more about it. So I can look at it, and even though the situation that happened may have been terrible, but I can learn and say, oh, I'm not going to make that mistake anymore, right. Or I'm not going to do that thing. Or, next time I won't jump to, well, you're only talking to me this way because you think you can get away with it. Or you're only acting this way toward me because you saw me talking to this person and you don't like this person. Or you are not being kind to me because of whatever. And so instead of me getting out of, me being in my feelings, I can say, hey, are you okay? Yeah. What's going on? And it could be that you're just having a bad day. Like, look, I'm really not feeling it. I don't want to be around anybody. Oh, it's not me. Okay, I just need that clarification there. I just want to make sure it's not me. Because I don't want to go fisticuffs with you. Not fisticuffs. And call you out your name and you didn't do it to me intentionally. Yeah. And that's what I mean. Like, my first perspective is not always correct. Or my current perspective is not always correct. Mm-hmm. So I have to, gather more information, do a little bit more research, find out what's going on. But I do try to, instead of just saying, let's make some more memories, I intentionally spend more time. So I'm not just like going back 7-10 years, like, trying to remember something, try to do something, or like, because I don't wait for like Christmas and Thanksgiving and all the holidays and all that kind of stuff. I don't wait for those. I try to make random memories on a Tuesday. Just randomly. Random, yeah. like doing the art project we did.
Yeah, that was really fun though.
That was cool. Yeah. It took like 15 minutes, but like that was cool to see them paint. And the more that I get to see them paint, the more memories I get to choose from. Mm-hmm. The more time we spend together, it's like I'm not going to remember everything, but we get to create more positive memories with each other. So it's being intentional of, I like you, I love you, I want the best for you, and I want our relationship to flourish. Mm-hmm. So let's spend positive time together. And even if everything's not positive, if you and I get into it, it's like, hey, neutral corners, we'll come back when we're cool. Now let's talk about, objectively what happened. And then we can get that out and figure out how to move forward from there. And then it may be something that had sucked, but we can turn it into a positive thing.
And especially to move forward as well.
Yeah.
But my biggest thing, as much as I love and grateful for pictures, especially Google Photos. Mm-hmm. Not sponsored, but Google Photos if you want to. Sometimes when I look back on pictures, I'm like, man, I don't remember this happening.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the biggest thing is, like, I have a lot of pictures. And I literally just got notification today that my thing is 98% full. And I was like, okay, let me start going through my pictures, especially even last year. I was like, I don't remember taking this. Like, I feel like it's like you said, it was a random day, random time. Mm-hmm. But it's still like, I can't even tell you what we were doing, where we were at. And I'm just like, but I have this picture and I can't remember it. So I would rather not have to rely on my phone or my pictures, just to be like, oh yeah, we created this memory. Okay, but what were you guys doing? Like, how did you feel during that time, or whatever the case may have been? And it sucked a lot because it was literally this time last year was Daniel was getting prepared for school, and I had to realize that. I had to figure it out because I had to go a little bit like a week week ahead to see exactly what I was doing. And he was trying on school clothes. Like his first time going to school.
Oh.
And I was like, But I don't remember that. Like, I remember his first day of school, but leading up to it, I'm like, I don't remember that.
You crying in the car?
I'm surprised I didn't cry in the car. It's like,
you waited till you got home.
Really?
To cry.
No,
okay,
it's like, to me,
because you had to make sure Dylan was good.
Really, I think to me, I don't know when or if I would cry, but I feel as though is his graduation. I'm like, we made it. I mean, I know you made it, but I feel like we made it. We made this happen.
Yeah, you have invested a lot into Daniel and Dylan, and I mean, just by you pushing those children out of your body, I mean, that is a lot of work for a woman.
That took a turn. I was not expecting you to say that. Okay.
I feel like mothers can talk about how
birthing people.
Oh my gosh, mothers! I feel like can think like there is a limit, but I feel like up to a certain point, you all invest so much because life begins with y'all.
Yeah.
And so because I'm not a woman, like I haven't produced any life. So it's like when mothers, because life begins with y'all, it's like, yeah, everything that the child accomplishes, you can take some credit for.
Yeah.
I feel like that is earned.
Support system.
That is absolutely earned. Not just because, I gave you life, but especially when you have a vested interest and you do all you can for your child or children and for them to be successful. Absolutely.
I'll take that. Yeah. I know that he was choosing between 3 states or 3 schools he wanted to go to. And the mom really wanted him to go to Alabama State. Uh-huh. Like, she was headstrong. Like, she had the gear, hat, clothes, everything. And he was like,
why do you waste your money?
He was like, no, I'm going. I don't know what the school was, but it was a blue hat that he picked up. He said, this is my school. She got up and walked out. And I was like,
listen,
you're supposed to support. Like, I truly get, as a parent, I understand you want what's best for your child. And you may think that your plan that you have for your child is the best plan ever. Mm-hmm. Your child has a mind of their own. Mm-hmm. Your child can make their decisions. Mm-hmm. He's coming to adulthood. If he's not already an adult, which I think he was, because he's
going to college.
Yeah, he's going to college. So to me, I consider that as becoming an adult. Be okay with whatever decision they may decide.
Just be on the sidelines in case they need to come back. That's it.
Yeah, to me, and I'm not saying to put my child in harm's way. I would never want to do that. But they have to make those decisions to learn. I can't always be like, oh, mommy's going to save you every single time something happens to you. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No. Yeah. I'm not gonna throw you into the fire, but you're gonna have to feel a little burn.
Listen, I told you not to touch the stove.
Yeah.
Now you're walking around with a burn on your arm. You got to learn.
You have to, and because I can't live for you, I can't do the work for you. I can help you as much as I can. But you are not you. I will not allow for you to be like, you know what, Mom, go ahead and handle this for me. I need this by next week.
Mom, can you make my doctor's appointment?
See,
can you call? Ain't you 30? You haven't been going to the doctor this whole time. What's going on with you?
I would question that. First of all, why are you calling me to make your appointment?
When's the last time you been to the doctor? No, I got something on my foot. I need to go to the doctor.
See. No, but in all seriousness, like I felt so bad for her son because you could see his whole mentality changed.
His demeanor.
Demeanor changed as soon as she got up and just walked out. Like, she grabbed her purse and everything, walked out. And I was like, this is on live TV.
Yeah.
But one, that's embarrassing. But two,
hey, it's okay because somebody's gonna be at the school. Come here, baby.
No,
I got you.
I got you, baby. Yeah,
I got you.
But I pray that I would always be on my son's side.
I have enjoyed this conversation. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
I know that you're under strict timelines, so why don't you go ahead and plug anything that you have for the people?
Oh yes, so I basically started an Instagram page. Oh, it's been a year. I started an Instagram page for my son Daniel. His Daniel's Path of Life is what it's called on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And he is autistic and nonverbal at the moment. And so I just post Well, maybe like 4 or 5 times a week. I'm trying to get better daily, back to daily. Post about his life, how he views the world through his eyes, how he communicates. He has a little communication book that I made for him. We also do little activities, and also just posting about how he interacts with people or his family. So if you want to check that out, it's on Instagram, Daniel's with the S, Path of Life.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Khalah, for being here with us. Make sure that you tune in on the live this Thursday. We will be going live Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you all for your continued support. Yes. We appreciate you so much. Thank you to all the listeners that we have all over the world. You all make this podcast possible and make it so worth doing it. The feedback that you all give us, whether it be via DM, email, or even the comment section of our posts. Thank you so much. This is absolutely giving everything and more. I truly appreciate it. But make sure that you follow us at Take Up Space Pod. That's Take Up Space POD on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And make sure that you tune in on Facebook and or YouTube. If you have 2 screens, just do both. Just do both.
On the live.
On the live on Thursday, this Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, and 6 p.m. Pacific. Thank y'all. Y'all have a great one.
Bye.
Peace.